Good morning. So we're just continuing this journey. It's kind of slow paced, but I think that's fine. Like every day, let's just go in, find an open source issue, apply Codebots to it, and then like iterate, make some improvement. Oh, I want a song. There we go. So we did that yesterday. Let's see, maybe we can go and find the issue. So it was on the SDK. Let's see. Yes. So here we, someone was asking about a feature to get a single sandbox, and we actually had the feature exposed on the OpenAPI spec. We just hadn't implemented it. So Claude went ahead and actually implemented this for the user. But looking at this, I saw that like we shouldn't really have this information at the bottom. It should be like super clear that this is a CodeBot contribution. You should see immediately who triggered it, how much they paid, and so on. So now that should be at the top. But yeah, I just took this and I created a PR out of it. Also, I noticed that it hadn't actually cloned the repo in a subfolder, which is why we couldn't see the repo when we looked at CodeBots, the overview. So that should also be fixed. Yeah, so I think we're just going to continue doing this. Like every day, we're going to fix one issue. I'm also working on agents because Claude supports sub-agents so that you can like add agents to CodeBots and then you can apply them to different things. What's really interesting is like you kind of just have an agents thing here and you can create the agents separately, but then you can like hi fix with and then you should do like the pound sign and then you get like a list of your agents. But I also thought on PR reviews it would be really nice per repo to define what agents should be available there, because you have different repos with different implementations and you want to apply different agents to it. For contributions, maybe we should just enable. Yeah, I think in the issue description, I think maybe we should do the same as on tasks. Like you add the pound sign and then you can add agents there. Or maybe it could be a different mechanism. Anyways, let's see if we can find another issue to apply this to. Can't connect the sender, that's already running. Therefore, the only way to go. Using the resume method on a running sandbox. Okay, we're gonna try this. And this is kind of weird. Like resume, you can call resume as many times as you want, and it doesn't include like any shell. So I'm curious what that is. Let's see. Like resume is just resume. There's no shell there. I think this is something else. Yeah, I'm gonna see what Claude does here. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, let's see. And again, like I wouldn't normally sit here and look at this, but since we're testing this, yeah, I was supposed to fix that as well. Didn't I write that down? Oh yeah, I just haven't fixed it. Oh, it's interesting. It wasn't accidentally removed. It was intentionally removed. Let's see. So it's actually been changed to connect and not open. So yeah, well, you have to resume first and then connect. So one thing I was thinking about here is like, well, we could have a Claude file in the actual SDK that kind of explains the documentation and stuff like that. Oh, interesting. Oh. Well, that's not true. You should set you want to connect to running side. You need an open. Okay. I need to implement. We use to get connection info for running. Well, this isn't correct. But it's interesting how I just prompted that it's kind of like, what kind of agent should it be? It should just bluntly implement whatever the user is asking for, which it kind of does now, right? Which is not really what we want. But again, like the thing is that it's coming from the user, right? Like who's actually running the agent? It's intended to be used for this person should rather have been the one running this codebot, right? So I think it makes sense. It's kind of artificial that I, as the maintainer, runs the codebot. In this case, like as a contribution, I think there's a different kind of bot you want to run as a maintainer. So, but I don't think maintainers want to run issue bots. They don't want to spend money on that. But it's interesting. Like, are you running the bot from the perspective of the maintainer or from the person that created the issue? Those are two very different things. Because I would want a bot or an agent that kind of questions the user and kind of investigates and tries to explain to the user what they should do. But as a user, I just wanted to do what I think is right. It's very interesting. So I think it's doing the right thing. It's just up to me now to evaluate if it should do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go to the actual. Ooh, look at that. I changed it. Codebot contribution. With love from Christina Alfoni. 4 minutes. Open contribution. Oh, look at that. That's a bug. Can I edit this? Yeah. It should look like this. Okay, let's make sure we fix want to contribute in issue. comment did a line shift. Okay, problem the SK was accidentally connects to running SAM without attempting to start them. Uses the existing create session to get connection for running SAM. Returns a SAM that can be used normally for interactions. Okay, so let's just go. So this wasn't like again, like this was supposed to be triggered by the user that actually created the issue or someone that agreed with it, right? That, yeah, this must have been a mistake, let's fix it. And then it goes in and actually fixes it, right? But then it's now I'm changing roles. Now I am the maintainer. So the removal of open was actually intentional. The reason is that you do not necessarily want to connect to the sandbox when resuming it. That is why there are two different methods. So sandbox is await, sandbox is resume sandbox ID, const client is sandbox connect. So you have to explicitly connect to it. That you experience a shell error when calling resume seems unrelated. There are no shell calls in resume. It is a strict API call. Could you give some more details on how you use it? Resume is idempotent, and you should be able to call that as many times as you want. Cool. But I think that we identified a small bug, and then we also identified how I need to think about this. Like I'm testing this on behalf of the user creating the issue, and then I'm flipping my role, reading this as the maintainer, and then responding to it. I'm kind of disappointed that Claude didn't actually go into the resume method to look at the code there, and that it understood that there isn't any shell. But again, it might have assumed, like anyone could assume that the resume actually causes, like the shell error, like the user is saying that the shell error comes from the resume call. I don't think it does. You certain it happens related to the actual await of resume? So that's also something. It kind of blindly trusts what the user said. It's like prompt engineering, right? You have to be explicit and tell the right thing. Yeah, but this is good. We've tried another issue, and we'll just continue doing this as we move forward. And then I'll let you know when I have the agents so we can test them. Actually, very simple implementation. Just been busy. And today I want to test Battlefield 6. Just got my beta key and yeah, we'll see. Okay, cool. Bye for now.